Hello everybody, hope you are doing well. Today we are going to finally integrate Firebase and start implementing create user using Firebase. So let's start coding, and first thing we are going to go to the Firebase console. You will have the link in the description. We will click on add project. We will call it chat tutorial. Call it whatever you want. And okay, no special character, so this way you click on continue. We don't need Google Analytics for this project. We click on create project. Now we have to wait, and to be honest, in today's project there will be a lot of waiting. Unfortunately, not a lot of coding but a lot of waiting, but lucky for us we only have to integrate Firebase once, so it's worth it. Just now we have got to wait for it, and hopefully the project now is ready. We click on continue. Okay, perfect. We click on this iOS. We will register the app. We need the bundle ID. To get it, we click on tutorial app. As you can see, to the bundle identifier, click on it. We copy the bundle identifier. We paste it here. For the app nickname and the app store ID, they are optional. We don't really need them for this app. We click on register the app. Okay, after that we got the Google service info playlist. We will download it. Okay, perfect. We go here. We already in utils created a playlist folder, so I think don't know where I download. I think it's in download. So okay, here. So okay, so copy items if needed. And I want it inside the playlist, not the extension. I apologize. And it will be Google service info.playlist not 14. If it's the first time for you with Firebase, it will be, you won't need to change the name, but if it's a Google service info with a number, just keep the Google service info. It appears for me because I did this a few times before. So okay, perfect. After that we click on next. We get this link, then file, add package dependencies. You paste this link. You get to be sure that the dependency rule is up to next major version, and you click on add package. Now again, we got to wait for it to finish fetching and checking, so let's hope it doesn't take a lot of time, but usually it takes a few seconds or a few minutes, not a problem. After that we will have the initialization code, so hopefully it finishes fast. And again, I apologize if we are spending a lot of time waiting in this video when we should be coding, but that's it. Okay, so let's hope it finishes now. There is still a lot of things to do in today's video. We are going to create a user, but first we need to finish this. So okay, so still waiting, unfortunately for us. Okay, perfect, it's done. We will get the Firebase auth, the Firebase-firestore, Firebase-firestore Swift, and the Firebase storage. Okay, and now we click on add package, and hopefully everything will be added perfectly. Now we go to our tutorial app, and As you can see, we need to import this line, so import Firebase core. Then we need to copy this app delegate, so we'll copy and paste it. And then there is this line of code that we also need to copy. Okay, and now that's all what we need. Now when I click next, hopefully they tell me you are all set, so it's done. We go back to the console. Now I go to build, to authentication, and we click on get started. Okay, we will click on email and password. We will enable it and click on save. Now we enabled email and password authentication. Then we go to our Firestore database. Okay, we will wait for it and hopefully it will be working. Okay, we will create a database. We will click on next. We will start in test mode and we will click on create, and hopefully it doesn't take a lot of time. Okay, we got also to do the storage. Okay, perfect. The one thing we need to also do is go to the rules, and as you can see, they give us only 1 month. After that, all our requests to Firestore won't be accepted, so we will change the date. We will make it 2064 and click on publish, so everything will still be working even after 40 years. Even for after 40 years, I don't think will still be. Okay, after storage, we go click on get started, same thing, test mode. Okay, and click on done. And now once it's done creating the default bucket, we will go back and just change the rules. Once we change the rules, it's over. Integration of Firebase, and we can finally start coding, so hopefully it will be done. Okay, perfect. So we go to the rules, and by the way, the storage is where we are going to upload our images, our voice recordings, and our videos, so that's why we need it. It will be 2064 and we will click on publish. Okay, perfect. Now we'll go to our Firestore database, we will place it here. And now we can finally start coding, and today I want, when I click on the button to create a new user, we create a new user. So first thing is we will create a function called create user, and it will be async throws for now, and I will call it in my registration view. When I click on sign up, I want to call it, so I will have task view model dot create user. Okay, perfect. And I forgot, I apologize. Try wait view model dot create user. And now I'm not going to implement the creation of the user inside my create user. I will implement it inside service. So I will create a new file. I will call it auth service. It will be a file for everything related to authentication. So auth service. I will import Firebase and also import Firestore, Firebase-Firestore Swift. I will have class auth service. And the first thing is I need a user session. Some of you may be asking why a user session. We need a user session so we know later if our user is logged in or not. So we need a user session that will be equivalent to a user. If we got a user or a user session, then it means the user is logged in. If not, it's not logged in, so display the sign in button. So we will have add published var user session. It will be of type fire auth. I think Firebase auth, I apologize, dot user, and it will be optional. And in the initializer, I wanted an empty, I don't want to pass any arguments. Self.user session, it will be auth dot auth dot the current user. Also, I need a singleton, so static var shared equal auth service, so I don't have to make many instances. I want to use the same instance. Okay, and now I will before a function create user, it will take an email of type string, a password of type string, full name of type string, and what's the last one, a phone number of type string, and it will be async throws. And I want this function to be executed in the main thread, so I will add main actor. Okay, which is perfect, I think. Okay, and the first thing is I will create var result, and it will be firestore dot or I think auth, not try wait auth dot. It's a function by default in Firebase to create a user dot create user with email, that will be email, and password, that will be password. And of course I want the user session to get this user, so self.user session, I need to update it, so it will be result.user. That way, if later when I'm making a test, when I create a user, the user session won't be nil, so I will go to the not the welcome screen, to the inbox screen, I won't stay in the sign up screen. Anyway, later it will be easier to understand. But there is something you need to understand about the code I just wrote, about this function, auth.create user. It's the equivalent here in authentication. It's like if here I click on add a user. It's the same with an email and password. The problem is I want my user also to be inside my Firestore database, inside the collection where I can update things and all that stuff, and I can have my phone number and my full name. To do so, I will add another function, so private func upload data, and it will take email of type string. It will also take full name of type string. It will take phone number of type string, and it will also take ID of type string, because in my path I want here to, in the collection, to have a collection of users. Then I want to have the ID, then all the details, so every user will have a unique ID. That's why I'm also passing the ID, and of course we won't store the password here because even legally I think you can find yourself in lawsuit if you do it that way. Okay, anyway, uh, I think it will let user equal user. For full name we will give it full name, for email email, for phone number, and also the ID I will give it ID. Okay, perfect. Now I want to have an encoded user, so var encoded user, so I can later set up the data. So it will be a guardlet encoded user equals try firestore dot encoder dot encode user, else return, and we finish with try wait firestore dot set data, I think, or dot collection. It will be users. Then we need the document that will be ID. Then we will set data, and the data we will set is encoded user. Okay, and I apologize, I forgot to add async throws. Okay, this way hopefully it's perfect. And here we will add try wait, and we will call our function upload data, and we will give it the email, the full name, the phone number, and for the ID we will give it the user ID, so it will be result dot user dot uid. That's all we need now. All we need is to call our function in our view model. So we go to our registration view model, and here it will be try wait, and we will call our auth service dot shared dot create user, and we will give it the email, the password, the full name, and the phone number. And that's all we need. Now when I run the app, hopefully everything will be working perfectly, and when we go to our Firestore, hopefully we will have a collection and all the fields of a user. So let's wait for it. Hopefully we have no problems or anything. So hopefully we did create a user, and as you can see it's really easy to implement it. So wait for it. Okay, so we are now in the moment of truth, I think. So hopefully everything will be working perfectly. So let's wait for it again. To be honest, I'm optimistic, but who knows? Okay, so we go to the sign up. We write this email omar.femri@gmail.com, and I forgot to add auto capitalization never, so we don't have the first letter uppercase, but we will fix it later, it's not a big deal. Full name Omar Femri. Okay, so plus 111, and for the password it will be 60. I clicked on sign up. Now the moment of truth, I will refresh this page and hopefully I will have a user created. So, okay, perfect. You see we have a new collection called user. We got the document ID, and as you can see we got email omar.femri@gmail.com, the full name Omar Tali, I think it was auto correction, the ID and the phone number, and the ID you see it's the same, so it's right, and the phone number, that's perfect. If I even go also to the authentication, I will see that there was a login and from omar.femri@gmail.com today in April 2024, so perfect. That's all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.